Hey, Taurus, Mel, intuitive coach here. Excited to bring in your February 2025 bonus reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus, soul reminders. These reminders will be very beneficial over the next few weeks, the next few months, as we navigate some of the big changes and transitions that are going on in our personal lives, our professional lives, and even globally. Now, bottom of the deck, you have choices. Yes, we make choices each and every single day of our life, but this is bigger than just what are you going to wear? What are you going to eat for dinner? These choices have to do with changing or altering destiny, your path forward. This could be a job, a relationship, a new home. This could be your health. When you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that's inside you and apply it positively and constructively to your outer world. Now, you also have here intuitive nudges. This is one of your key reminders. And you see the third eye is activated. So using your intuition to help make some choices coming up for you is so significant because we tend to rationalize. We tend to sometimes stay with what feels familiar or what we can figure out. And I just feel like there's an alternative path ahead. And Spirit is saying, be prepared, be ready when those choices come up to be willing to move in a different direction. Because intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. And intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine power. So let's take a look here and see what choices are showing up for you. Three of Swords, the Emperor, and the Two of Swords. There's your choice card. There's the crossroads because the head is pulling you in one direction, the heart in another. When we can bring the head and the heart together, that is where we want to be. That's where the magic happens. But so often there's a cognitive dissonance because of the mind telling us a story that either is a lie, is an illusion, keeps us in denial. And I feel like that's why intuition is kind of rising up above here with the choice card, because this is at the bottom of the deck. So this means you will have to face these choices in the coming weeks and months. But intuition is strong here, but the pain may be holding you back. Release the past. You will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. Now, Taurus, you have the Emperor here as well. This is about taking charge of a situation, making choices that bring you a deeper sense of stability, a deeper sense of self-control. Instead of feeling like things are out of your control, you're not focusing on those things, right? Whatever's out of your control, how someone else reacts or responds, natural disasters, a company shutting down. Those are all things that are out of your control, but you are responding to circumstances in a different way than maybe you have in the past, because the Two of Swords says you have another path here. You have another choice. But we have to make a decision. Try not to overanalyze. Try not to get stuck into that mental muckery, and find a compromise here. And I feel like that compromise is, again, the head and the heart coming together saying, okay, what do we need to do to work together instead of feel like we're completely separated? I'm actually hearing Bone Thugs and Harmony. Haven't heard them forever. Used to love Bone Thugs. Crossroads. Meet me at the crossroads. So some of you, this has to do with being at a crossroads in your life, a big one. Okay. And I feel like you're facing facing a path that is either, it almost feels like a judgment. All right, I don't have the judgment card out here yet, but that's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It is going to require self-awareness. You know, it's a second chance for you to move forward on your mission. It's a spiritual rebirth, if you will. And you don't have to go back to some sort of pain, but you have that free will choice, in a sense, to stay in a situation longer than necessary or to move forward. And I feel like the Three of Swords, it may be fearful because you may have to move forward through the Three of Swords to get to where you want to go. So facing something head on. Now, you can do it. You have the strength here as another soul reminder. Strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You're never really alone, as we are always here with you. We fear being left alone. We fear isolation. And I sense that whatever choices you are making are empowering you. That's why you have the Emperor. Now, of course, the Emperor, on a side note here, has to do with someone or something that is out of your control. This could be someone of higher authority, governing agents here. It can be businesses. It can even be someone who is large and in charge in some way. And there may be some discrepancies or some disconnections that are happening here between you and someone of higher authority, possibly even, you know, a father figure even. And I see that a choice will be made, or at least that's the option here. You have a choice to listen to your intuition and to rise above duality. The Two of Swords, duality. Find that middle ground within your head and your heart. You have the power to do so. And I feel like you're reconnecting to your sense of self, your sense of strength. You have the ability to overcome difficulty, face fears head on, not self-doubt, and also not fight or flight, which we tend to do. It's a defense mechanism. We fight, we put up our walls, we put up our defenses. And we also flight. We become avoidant. We disconnect from our own bodies, from our own, source. And I feel like in order for you to move forward, you may be facing some of the pain, in a sense, which feels uncomfortable. But it's through that uncomfortability where you're really flourishing with the Emperor here. So this is about you feeling empowered by making intuitive choices that are in your highest good. What do we need to know about the strength? A 2 again. Look at the 2 of Pentacles coming in. It's important to have balance. You may be working multiple jobs or projects. This is finding balance between work life and play life. This is finding balance between maybe a relationship and career. It tells me that you have a lot going on. You may be juggling a lot up in the air, but it's important to make work fun. All right. If you've lost sight of laughter or fun or humor, then that is a disconnect, because life isn't meant to be so darn serious. Sometimes that Emperor can be very, very serious. And you have here the Queen of Swords. Again, more mental energy, but this is you knowing exactly what to do to get you up out of a mess. And it goes back to your first reminder, the intuitive nudges. Now, granted, the Queen of Swords, I always say she looks exactly like Louise Hay. If you look at her closely, maybe it is. But this is about your brilliant mind and using that brilliant mind to connect to your intuitive consciousness. It's self-reliance, it's insightful, and look at what we have here, the word humorous. Queen of Swords, she can be very funny. And if you did lose sight of some sort of humor, or again, if something became very challenging where you forgot the last time you laughed, if things have been so hectic, it is important for you to find that joy. Do things that bring you joy. Go to a comedy show. Listen to inspiring videos that bring a smile to your face, that, have a conversation with a loved one and have a full belly laugh. Do some laughing yoga, really embrace that energy of humor. You know what to do, Taurus. The benefit of experience. This may be a time of career for some of you rather than relationships. And for others of you, I feel like it's important to focus on balance, perhaps if you've leaned too far into either a career that you lost sight of some of the genuine emotional connections and bonds that you've been wanting to create but haven't made the time for. This is also opposite. If this is relationships and you've been so focused on them that you have lost sight of maybe another thing in your life that you want to build upon, what do you need to do to find that balance? You have the strength here. Remember, strength comes from many sources. And I feel like now is the time to replenish your soul. You're never alone. And that's a message here as well. You're never alone. You have here self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Let's take a look here at what form of self-sabotage is taking place and how we can help you move through it. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Devil. All right. The Devil is self-sabotage. This is all about decisions. There's the choice card as well. Release yourself from that which holds you back. A need to detox. Unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. It's right here. The devil is in the details. This is how we self-sabotage. Now, the devil can be, unnecessary worry. It can be self-confidence. The devil can be temptations, addictions, manipulation, codependency, materialism, anything that bonds us or tethers us where we start to feel obsessive about it. We start to let it consume us, consume our minds, take over our minds or our bodies. You're being asked to release whatever it is that holds you back, because it is sabotaging, or derailing those plans that you've had for yourself. You have the Queen of Pentacles. This is how you rise up. Nurture yourself. Self-love will trump fear anytime. All right. When we choose self-love, the decision is easy. The decision has then been made. We will no longer feed into things that are unhealthy. That's why she is the answer here. She can help you overcome self-sabotage. When you nurture yourself, you automatically start choosing things that are healthier for your body, your mind, and soul. So the ability to make anything more beautiful. I also see some of you are creating a safe and homey environment. This could be through your home space. Perhaps you are upgrading. You could be getting a new mattress, maybe new pillows, new bedding, new shower curtains. It feels like you are creating a sanctuary for you to feel like you are safe, to feel the loving energy of Venus, right? You are ruled by Venus, Taurus. And that also helps you feel beautiful, surrounding yourself with the beautiful things in life. This is also about practical and wise advice. So there may be a very important teacher, healer, mentor, coach, or Queen of Pentacles in your life, including a spiritual guide. Even though the Pentacle realm is more tangible, I'm getting here because you have intuition at the top tier of your reminders here. I feel like you have the ability to tune in, right? There's the third eye, and connect to a loved one, maybe even in spirit. This could be a mother, it could be a grandmother. That is your biggest cheerleader, that is reminding you to nurture yourself and those that you love. So I feel like you have the ability to make decisions that are in your highest good and release that worry, release the unnecessary worry, a need to detox, because then there will be no stopping you. Take a look at what you are consuming, the foods that you ingest, the news that you watch, the media, the content, whatever it is that you are consuming, the devil energy. Be sure that you are consuming things that feed your soul in a positive light, not feed your soul fear and negativity. So keep that in mind as you navigate through the coming weeks and months. Next, we have find your center. Your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? This is your soul reminder to make sure you're stopping, you're pausing, you're reflecting, you are nurturing, instead of letting the overwhelm consume you. That may be part of the devil energy. Again, I said that earlier, consuming. Maybe it's consumerism. It can be consuming your energy towards things that it feels like it's draining, like an energy vampire. That's why you have find your center as a soul reminder, because that's going to plug you back into the spiritual outlet. That is going to plug you back into source energy, allowing you to receive those intuitive nudges. Spirit, what do we need to know about the center? Because there's going to be an ending coming in here for you over the next few weeks, next few months. This is a good thing because it says here, a situation has ended and you are finally free. You are finally free. It's tied to this Three of Swords. Remember that choice that we see with the Two of Swords? This is some sort of past situation that caused a wound. Some of you, this wound was tore back open. So it feels like you went through something, you started to heal, right? You got stitches. We'll call it that. You got stitches. You started to do the work. You thought you were doing good. You're like, okay, I'm going to go get these stitches out. But then something came in and just gouged you in some way where it feels like everything was undone. It feels like you had to go back and re-heal it, and more was kind of taken out of that wound. It feels like something was, the saying I think is kicked you while you're down. There may have been a situation of that happened in the past. There's a choice, a new choice made on your path of destiny here, that the worst is behind you. A situation has ended. So in the coming months, you are finally free from this Three of Swords. You finally have the scar instead of the stitches. You finally are able to have that reminder, right? Soul reminder, because the scar will always be there. But instead of reopening up that wound time and time and time again, that's why you have a choice to move on from that. That's why I keep getting that Judgment card in my mind's eye. It says new opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. 10 weeks. 10 weeks from now is significant for some of you. And I feel within maybe between now and the next 10 weeks, you will be faced with some of these choices, right? You will work on this self-sabotage, the devil energy. Maybe that has to do with your health. Because I'm getting the wound and some sort of scarring. Some of you, this has to do with surgery even. You may be healing or recovering from some sort of health issue or surgery. We have the Knight of Gabrielle. Beautiful. Now, when you find your center, you realize that endings are beginnings and you're opening yourself up. I actually love this 10 of Swords, because oftentimes the 10 of Swords is painful. It's 10 knives straight to the back. In this 10 of Swords, it's a graceful bow. She has finished her play, like her screenplay. She's up there on stage. And she has the swans, and she's doing a bit of a swan bow, if you will. This is a peaceful exit. It is a graceful exit. Like, all right, I've done what I've needed to do here on stage, the stage of your life. And I feel like you're gracefully bowing out. You're bowing out of a situation. And I feel like this comes and brings you more peace than you felt in quite some time. You have the Knight of Gabrielle. This is the Knight of Wands, confidence, enthusiasm, courage, and charisma. This is what you are embracing on this new path, this new beginning. You're moving in a new direction. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause. Instinctively, you know just what to do. There's the intuition here. Your instincts also are kicking in, but you're trusting your path and your journey. It feels like you're not questioning it anymore. You're not questioning the path ahead. And even though it's taken a little bit of time, because you may have circled around, you know, when a horse starts to get antsy and it just kind of goes in circles, I feel like that was part of what you were doing. You were circling something. You weren't quite sure. Do I move in that path or that path? But I'm getting antsy. It's time. And you may still feel like you're circling something with the 3. I have the 3 of Swords is highlighting, and going in circles is what I'm getting. But you are taking action. Great passion for a cause. There's a new beginning here for you, Taurus. This is big. Your final message, your final soul reminder is gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what is in your life, instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. Let's look at that here. What do we have to be grateful for? Because you're going to see the blessings coming in. And we all complain from time to time, right? Because we're, after all, having this human experience, and that's okay to do. I'm not saying don't ever, feel like you can't let it out in some way, whether you complain to your therapist or, you just have a real good talk with a friend. But I feel like you're not staying in that energy. You're not letting it consume you. There's the word consumerism. The 8 of Swords, the Page of Swords, the 9 of Wands. All right, stay determined. Move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. This is environmental as well. Some of you, this is global. For all of us, it's global here. So there could be some activism showing up here. Environmental activism. We have the humanitarian energy here. Stay determined, because what we have coming in is an exciting new challenge. Be grateful that you have, for one, a brilliant mind where you can, as I always say, you can control the mind or it controls you. You can choose to condition the mind daily, just like exercise, just like what we choose to eat, what we choose to do with our bodies. We can condition it in a healthy way or an unhealthy way, just like the mind. And the 8 of Swords is saying you can be free. Make a courageous choice to see your situation. So when you adopt that abundant gratitude mindset, which a lot of you already have, I feel like you are opening up to some sort of news. All right. There's going to be news coming in here. You have what it takes to succeed. This could be a new contract. Yeah, this could be a new contract that comes in for you. Be sure to review contracts or documents very thoroughly. This is about truth, perceptive, analytical energy, blunt. The Page of Swords here is ready for a new challenge. Write it down. Get something in writing. I am getting that here for you. There's a blessing coming in. Get something in writing. Focus on gratitude. I do see prosperity and abundance coming in here once we get out of our own way, self-sabotage, right? This is about you seeing things from a different perspective and having a truthful and honest review of what you need to do to move forward. Trust your hunches, okay? Trust your intuition to guide you, and try not to let the external world taint your choices. The Emperor energy, whatever that may be externally outside of you, because that may try to come in and threaten to bring you down, right? That may be the devil. Something externally comes in and we succumb to fear. Spirit is saying here, one of your biggest reminders, Taurus, you are powerful beyond measure. You have the power to take this Eight of Swords, not question your potential, and step outside of a comfort zone, right? Step outside of a comfort zone, even if that means, again, getting a bit uncomfortable, but trusting your path ahead, because something is coming in for you that is ending, bringing in a new beginning. And let's get a last message here. Spirit, what's the blessing? Because we see we're staying grateful, that energy of gratitude. You're grateful for your mind. You're grateful here that you have the determination and gratitude to move forward. And the page is news. So you're grateful for some sort of news that comes in, but I want to know, what is that news, Spirit? What is the blessing? Let's look at that last message. What is the blessing, please? Oh, I love this for you. You have a whole new path ahead. You have the Fool. This is the ultimate leap of faith. Believe in yourself. Listen to your heart. Do what gives you joy. The ultimate blessing here is being able to take a leap of faith towards whatever this is that you've been contemplating, that you've been wanting to manifest in your world. This is your head and your heart coming together for full-on manifestation. This is also Aquarian energy of new beginnings. It is the potential. It's the discovery. Some of you, it's travel. For others of you, this is a new job, a new career path. This could be a new home, a new relationship. But because you're taking a bow, you're bowing out of something here that either wasn't for you, it was painful, it was holding you back. You're gracefully bowing out. You're saying, that's not for me. I am taking a leap forward in a new direction. That is your blessing. Beautiful. That is what I have for you, Taurus. If you like the message, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love.